Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, March 2nd already. If you were in a hurry this morning, because, maybe you slept a little late on Monday, I'm with you. You're my people. But if you're in a hurry this morning, the forecast is this. It's going to be warm and rainy most of the week, but it's still going to be cool today. So cool and rainy and cloudy today. May get up to the 50s, but plan on, more like the mid to high 40s today with some drizzle out there. And then we have that, at least that, but more significant chances of showers and thunderstorms as we go through the week, but at least it's warmer. There is your bottom line for the forecast. If that is what you need to know, don't mind you hopping off here and checking things out later. If you want a little bit more detail, including when I think our next severe weather threat is going to be, stick around with me. We'll go through the details of this crazy forecast week. It's exciting, but it's a lot, honestly. So today's forecast is brought to you by me and my staff at Mullinax Funeral Home. Happy to bring you the weather updates as we get going on spring weather and severe weather season as well. So lock it in with us here. We will take good care of you through all seasons, really, but lots of emphasis on severe weather season. So here's where we are today. Temperatures up in Kansas City are about 33 to 35 degrees. There are just a few patches of mixed precipitation still out there, particularly to the west. But any concern for those slick spots, which is really just bridges and overpasses at this time, is going to dissipate pretty quickly as temperatures are on their way up this morning. So you guys can see with me that precipitation is all well off to our east-southeast. And that's going to be the way of things as we go through today. Not even seeing patches of drizzle pop up, but given conditions today, would not be surprised if you encounter those. So we were talking about precipitation picking up later this afternoon into the evening. The schedule for that has nudged back a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of go through the forecast here. We are well past midnight. We're between 2 and 5 a.m. that I see showers popping up. These are going to originate along the southern parts of our forecast area. So down here around Nevada, Bolivar, you guys are going to be the first to pick up more significant showers, but these are going to push off to the east-northeast. And so it's really tomorrow morning between, say, 7 and 9 a.m., right in time for your Tuesday morning commute, that I think light to moderate showers are going to be back in the Kansas City area, and these are going to push off to the east-northeast throughout Tuesday as well. So thunderstorm activity on Tuesday, I think, is going to be pushed up here north of I-70 and actually pretty well north of I-70. I think we're talking about northeast Missouri for some possible thunderstorm activity for this week. But as Tuesday becomes Wednesday, I think we're going to get more socked in terms of more consistent rainfall on and off through the rest of the week, taking us up to more significant thunderstorm chances. So I want to go ahead and kind of pick the forecast up with Wednesday, but let me just sort of show you overall how the whole week is, because this is everybody's, this is time when your anxiety kicks in, when it is severe weather season, when you start hearing thunder, and I totally understand that. So we're going to go through the severe weather outlooks for the whole week. So the bottom line here is we're going to see chances of thunderstorms basically every day this week. They're not out of the question today, but I just showed you I don't think we're talking about too much of anything as we go through the rest of the day. Tuesday, we're going to talk about east central Kansas for just a marginal risk while the rest of us stay in general thunderstorms. Wednesday is an interesting forecast setup that I am going to watch. I think most of us still just have a chance for general thunderstorms, but mostly just rainfall. But as we work our way south, I am paying attention to a system that I think is going to impact northwestern Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. We will see. There's some talking data this morning about that edging to the north. So we will see. We may get some robust to strong to possibly severe storms in the southern part of our forecast area for Wednesday. So if anything changes in the next 24 hours or so, it's probably this forecast for Wednesday. So that's what I'll be paying attention to. Thursday, I think we escape any general threats, but I think we will have a drizzly day on Thursday. All of this brings me to what I think will be our most significant chance, our first chance for severe weather this year. I think we could be talking about all modes of springtime weather this time of year right off the bat. We could have a low-end tornado threat, but I think we are talking about strong damaging winds and large hail on Friday. This looks to be Friday afternoon and evening, so kind of back into that game. So there's your big picture, right, for the whole week. All right, let's take a little bit more specific look. I am looking at Wednesday picking up again after that Tuesday push gets out of here. Wednesday just looks moderately, light to moderate rainfall to me. And then we get over into Wednesday night. where I'm looking at that stuff to the south. See what I was talking about here? This is Wednesday night. Do think the bulk of the storm with this morning's data does stay south of us, but we'll pay attention on Wednesday as well. And then as we get over into Thursday night, over into Friday, I think there's some late night stuff. So some very early Friday morning stuff knocks through. But I'm not paying attention to that one too much for severe weather. But here comes our big system picking up Friday afternoon over into Friday evening. That I am paying attention to in terms of a potential severe weather setup. So looking at some instability data, I was looking through Wednesday. Again, there's some pockets of stronger CAPE values just for one measure out there, one ingredient. So we could see some robust storms on that Wednesday. But as I move over to Friday really becomes our bigger concern, right? So instability predicted to be significant around the region, of course, due to the daytime warming, if you guys have been with me through severe weather season before. So after that, all of our attention kind of turns to how much more rainfall we're going to get by the end of this week. Wouldn't be surprised if we are talking about possibly some flooding in low-level areas. So this is what I think at least is ahead of us total rainfall-wise through the rest of this week. So this is added to what you already have, right? And we'll go back and take a look at that in a second. What you already have out there. Add another 3.1 inches possibly to west central Missouri, at least 2 inches up in the Kansas City area, and a widespread 2 inches is the going rate for what is left out there for rest of East Central Kansas, at least, right? So add that to what we already have. Speaking of what we already have, let's go ahead and pull that up too, just for grins this morning. So as always, I need your data on this. Really does help me out in terms of forecast verification, and I appreciate that, you guys, a lot. So just take a second, let me know what you have out there when you check your gauges, digital or otherwise, this morning. So here's what I want. Here is our rain footprint from the last 24 hours. So it's a widespread. When I was looking at this morning, it's a widespread around 1 inch, right? So we're going to find lots of pockets, I think, down here right at state line, south of Amaret, right? We get over about 1.2 inches. Most of Butler area towards Butler, Montrose is around 1 inch. Over towards Clinton, again, saw 1 inch. So pockets of plus or minus, but it looks like our heaviest rainfall over on the Kansas side exceeded 2 inches. This is over here around Carbondale, south of I-70, right? South and west of Lawrence. And there's another one. Let's go over here talking about almost to Boonville. Some 3.5 inches recorded, radar indicated that direction. Rest of us between about 0.8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch or so, and about 1 inch of rainfall. So let me know what you guys got in your area. I absolutely appreciate that. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures before we get done for the day. This is where we're headed today. Like I say, we are going to eventually climb out of the chillier temps this morning, but only looking for the mid-40s, maybe a few places 50 with that cloud cover today. And we don't change much. Look at that. Once we get there, we stay there through the overnight, climbing back up to almost 60 degrees tomorrow. Here is your 10-day forecast, right? So we pick back up. Like I said, it's just warm and rainy the rest of the week, which makes us watch out for those thunderstorms. Looking at Wednesday, but definitely talking about Friday. That is a lot. I told you it was a complicated forecast, and, I gave you permission at the beginning if you didn't want to sit through it all, but glad to give you the details. Happy Monday to you. I will talk to you later. See ya.